What is up, guys? It's Mason once again, and we continue our Improve at Chess series. I hope you guys liked the learn to analyze video that I did. Again, sorry for not being very good with the analysis because I thought my opponent was watching the stream, but I think it will still help you. Then again, if you still do want to see more of this content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. So we are playing a 15+10, and we're going to try the Sicilian instead of the Scandinavian. I mean, there are many different things I can play, but I prefer to keep to specific openings just so like I can really explain my thought process. But just so we have a plethora of openings on the channel, I'll start playing different things just so you can get an opening that you play. Though I haven't mastered them like to the end, but mostly what you expect, I'm trying to go for a knight off. So normally you see like e4, d4, and after takes, knight takes. Trying to recall. I think it's that's the problem of my theory. I think it's knight f6. Then we have knight c3. a6 and then bishop here. I think that's the way the line goes, right? I think that's the way the line goes. So let's go knight f6. Now, because I'm not so like conversant with this opening, there are so many like in-between moves or like different moves that could be played that I haven't accounted for. If my opponent doesn't play the textbook line, I'm really going to struggle. So here we have the knight off. So if, for example, my opponent played bishop here, I don't know what to do. Right, I know I can take here, but I don't know what if there's some trick or those kind of things, right? Which is why you study the opening to get the main idea behind the opening, and then from there you work out the other stuff. I think now we go knight. Yeah, I think go knight now. Then our opponent can either go this way or this way. I haven't had a situation where my opponent captured, like I said. So now I'm in completely new waters. I don't know what's happening on the board right now. I don't know if I can still go for the same idea here with e5. My opponent goes for this move. Now, if I do... He wants to keep my king in the center. So what you can imagine here is d takes e5, queen takes, king takes, and now my king is very unsafe in the center. That's what I think my opponent is planning on doing. I'm trying to find out if there's something I can do to kind of like mitigate the losses. For example, thinking about knight here. For, of course, a very simple reason. First off, I'm targeting this. So if takes, I can take this way. Bishop comes in and I can castle. I'm also thinking about here because... if my opponent attacks my knight, obviously I can just take this guy. So I'm wondering what he's going to do. Because, like, if he doesn't continue with this, and let's say he plays bishop here, for example, I'm thinking about going queen this way, which basically allows my opponent to castle. But then again, this move is still a problem. So how does... Okay, so here, then if takes, I take, I guess. Then if queen takes, I take. And I think this position is quite safe. My opponent would have to make a couple of moves before he's able to get me, right? So I think that's what I should do. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what are the dangers of this move. So let's say I play knight here. My opponent goes take, I go takes. No, sorry. My opponent goes takes, I go queen takes. I was originally saying take here, but I want to try queen takes. Because now my knight is here, I can try like some funny moves here. Queen takes, takes. Once the queens are off the board, bishop comes in here, bishop comes in here, castles, castles, and my bishop can get safe, right? Eventually. I still don't know like what else my opponent could play in this scenario. Again, this move I just take, I don't really know. And since after takes, I'm taking with my queen, would just be fine. So let's go for this move. Again, I was also thinking subtly about this move. Let me just mention it. Like this, if bishop comes in, then takes. And if queen takes, then I can take this way. But again, I'm still put under pressure, so I don't like it. This could also be bad. I could also just go back here, I think. Or maybe even here. Nah, let's just go this way. That could be fine. Oh, he's from South Africa. If Oliver watches this video and I lose, he'll be very happy. Yeah. So expecting takes. Queen takes, putting pressure on my opponent in some way, shape, or form. If I can get the queen trades, I'll be very happy because then my opponent can keep me in the center. But yeah. And yeah, if you guys have any video ideas, you can always let me know. I'm thinking about doing a video series for like each rating level. So how to get to 1200, how to get to 1400, or like various training regimens you can do. That's kind of like what I was thinking about doing. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know as well. So this is an issue from our opponent. Not really an issue. It's completely fine. I'm looking at moves like this. If my opponent allows me, bishop comes in, castles, fine. The reason I want to play this is to open up my bishop. If I play takes here, doesn't he have just this move? But then I have, yeah. This is not what my opponent wants to see. So the purpose of this move, don't forget, again, the knight can't easily jump in. But the purpose of this move was very simple and straightforward. I don't want to retreat my knight now. Again, reason being, I want to keep the position. If my opponent does trade off bishops, I think my position is slightly better there. So I'm going to go this way. My opponent castles I castle, and now my bishop can hide here or something of that sort, right? That's basically the plan I'm going for here. Okay. And now we can castle. This is always possible. I don't want to put it here if you are wondering, because that makes it hard for my guy to escape. Okay, this move just defends it. Because now if I go in this way and he brings his rook here, now I'm not feeling so bad about putting my bishop on this square. Then again, maybe I would want to this knight. Let's play this move. I think this move forces a reaction from our opponent, right? But if you don't do anything about this, I'm going to double your pawns here. So even if he does play this, I think I'll go this way. Bishop here, maybe pawn push. Yeah, I think you have to either go back. Going back actually helps me, because now I can, for example, I don't know where to put this bishop. I would really love to put this bishop on this diagonal, but for example, if I play pawn push here, I'm not so much happy with the opponent's knight being able to like come in this way. Okay, how about bishop first? Then pawn push. That way the knight can't jump in here. I'm suspecting that my opponent is going to go this way. That's kind of why I'm calculating that line. Yeah. Then I could put it here, but I want to go this way. Again, there's also ideas of like a5 and then trying to come in here. But let's go in this way and then go this way. So in the beginning, we were a little bit uncomfortable, but now I feel like the position is even, if like black has equalized, which is always a good thing. But I'm also thinking about like, where do I want to put my pieces here? So bishop back here is where one of the places I want to put this bishop. I don't know. I don't like the bishop here. But maybe something might convince me on otherwise. So I will go this way. Wait, if I do go this way and my opponent comes in this way, I go what? Pawn push this way? Then what? Now that the knight is here, what can he do? He can't make forward moves. So maybe he would have to defend this way, which allows this, comes in here, check back. These are some funny lines I'm thinking about. Again, I'm also thinking about this. If this, I will play a different move. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because if here, I can simply just jump back and attack the bishop. And once the bishop goes back, I can always go this way. H5, H4, maybe? Nah, H5, H4 there. Very awkward. Yeah, so I don't really know exactly how this game is going to go. Again, the reason I'm feeling comfortable moving here is because now my bishop guards the square. Though maybe it might be better to just keep the Oh, okay. How about this? Nah, I don't know about that move. There is like ideas, right? Is it really a good idea to do that? Okay. There's pawn push, pawn push. A slow idea, but an idea nonetheless. With how things are going, the bishop might have to come in here. Or here and then slot the bishop back. So if my opponent, for example, does something like this, I'm going to go here and then slot the bishop back. This gives me the idea of putting my bishop here. And I think I should go for like a queenside assault. Right now, it looks like my pieces are focusing on the king side, which they are. Huh. Hmm. So now the question then comes in, do I go in this way? To come in this way? But if I go in this way, this move is annoying. But nah, yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. I might have to come back. I'm not thinking this through because I think the move is quite obvious. So here. Again, I still don't think it's also a safe idea for my opponent to weaken his side like this. So we do have simple ideas like this now. It could also be that my opponent wants to play this move. Okay. Again, I think a very straightforward idea would be this. Again, knight coming in here, not that big of a deal. I go back. And now this guy's in on pre. So in as much as I didn't calculate this so much, it's still within my parameters. Is that what he's trying to do? I'm looking at here. Okay, so let's say I play bishop here. My opponent takes, I take. My opponent takes, I take. Do I have anything there? Okay, so here comes in here. Now I go bishop. I still go bishop back, right? I still go bishop back. I think that's the case. So here, I don't know. I still feel okay, but I kind of feel like I'm losing ground, sort of. But we'll see. If pawn push, what do I do actually? Do I take with the bishop and allow this? I do have this bishop takes. Yes, I saw this. And I simply thought I could go to no. Yeah, I'm feeling uncomfortable now because maybe I have to do this. Really? I'll be happy if my opponent takes. Huh. Some idea of this. So yeah, if that's the case, then I'm expecting bishop takes. So then if bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, almost the exact same thing. If I do this, bishop comes in here, pawn push. Hmm. I'd have come in this way, but then I guess my opponent wants to play this, right? Uh, okay, so if there was any advantage my opponent had, I think it's gone. Still think my opponent is much better off. I can also take. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Because now I can take and jump in here. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Okay, so now we can target this one pawn. If we trade off the rooks, I'll be a little bit happy. Okay, so one set of rooks are gone. I'm a little bit okay. because it seems I'll have the outside pass pawn. So far so good, right? We went through this whole complicated thing, and now we are getting this position where we are basically up a pawn. Yeah, we can check. He has to be careful about his pawns. You have to be careful about these guys advancing. Check. I think I win here. Okay, wait. I have to be very careful here. Pawn push, check comes here. I'm lost, right? So check first. Pawn push comes in here with check. I have two moves, right? Oh boy. Check. Capture some percent. King takes. He takes here. I still have the outside pass pawn. Maybe I messed up by allowing this. Yeah, now it's not the exact same thing, right? Because now we can promote. Am I right? So promote. Pawn push check, king comes in here. Check here, I can hide this way. And I can now check my opponent to oblivion. Unless, of course, I've missed something somewhere. Because this is not guarded, yeah. Yeah, I think I almost messed up somewhere there. But now I think we have the game. And either one is winning. Good game. Good game. Good game. Okay, so let's look at this. I think I was very bad in the opening. I think at some point I thought the opening was okay for me. But then all of a sudden, so like I said, if my opponent played the actual lines of the knight off after a6, I think the move is usually like bishop here. Is it bishop? Some play f6. Some play. I'm trying to remember all the lines. I think after this, my opponent plays bishop here. Then knight. Forgive me if I don't remember this very accurately. Knight. Then bishop comes in, I think, or something of that sort. Then we get this move here. Then okay, the bishop doesn't go there. Sorry. It was no, it's sort of like bishop comes in here. Knight jumps in here. Bishop comes in here. Pawn push. Again, I'm not sure these are the actual lines, but it's something of this sort. And your opponent sometimes goes for this like f4 line with this kind of attacking like position. That's what I remember. So any other thing I don't know. So this a4 move I don't think I've seen before. But then I felt I had an okay position, especially after this. Here, after we traded off the queens, yes, my opponent wanted me to be stuck in the center, but I felt I got away with it because if I played here, I wasn't sure. Right? It's possible I could defend it, but I wasn't so sure of myself. And I didn't like it. I'm sure somebody would take this position 1,000 times, but personally, I didn't like it. I'm up a pawn, but I don't feel so safe, right? My opponent is just going to play something like bishop here, let's just see, and then I don't know what I'm going to do, but then let's see, my opponent castles, I play this move, and now there's so much annoyance coming up to my position. Engine says it's better for black, but I don't know, from my perspective, it's not something I feel very comfortable with. Maybe with time, I will understand this position much better. But as it stands now, the weaknesses around my king are stuff I don't want to like really get into. So yeah, that's kind of like what I avoided. Castles, this move back. Yeah, so here I said the position is even, but I wanted to set my pieces. Again, yeah, I understand perfectly. This seems anti-positional. Or, okay, not anti-positional. It seems fine, but you realize that at some point in the game, my bishop here was a problem because I couldn't really maneuver my knight because the moment I blocked the bishop, I'd be in trouble, and I couldn't easily play like rook here. So I was facing a lot of problems with this particular idea. Did it help me in the end? At some point, yes, I guess. But here my opponent was better, and I was saying, and I said I felt that way, that it seems suddenly like my opponent has taken over the game again. You can sort of tell these things sometimes by feeling, and in the beginning I felt okay, like here I felt okay, but then as the game switched, at first I thought this move was bad, but as the game continued to develop, I realized, wait, my opponent has a lot of things going on for him, and this I think was a very nice try by my opponent to try and create a weakness on this square. Of course, if he tried this, the obvious answer is to take. So I was thinking he would go takes here. No, that was not your order. Sorry, he did something. Yes, takes, whatever takes, then here. This is what I was thinking he was going to do. I think he was going to do it in this order, but then I realized I simply have e5. So that's what made me think that, okay, then it's not possible. Then he goes the other way, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then I had to confirm this. Engine says I'm making a mistake here, but I had to confirm this, and I realized that I'm okay here. And that's why I went through with it. I didn't really consider this move. Maybe this move was something actually that's bad. But maybe here is something I should have considered. I don't know. But we have to find out why this move is actually bad. I don't get why it's bad. Wait, could my opponent have just gone takes? No. That's if I take with my king, then my opponent has a point. But there's no reason why I should take with my king. So what could be the issue? I looked at knight jumps in here, and I was like, that doesn't do anything because takes. It says it's along these lines. Yes. And now you take. Wait, no, it still doesn't work. Where's my move? I was thinking my opponent would take, and regardless of which one I take with, there's a problem here. I wasn't. I mean, here don't I just play this? So why does it think this position is bad for me? I'll have to check with the game review. I don't get why it thinks this position is bad for me. Oh. But then here I realized I could weaken my opponent's structure. The question is, what do you take with first, right? Because if I take here first, my opponent takes with the rook. And if I take here, he saved the position. Now, this is an evenish position, but then I don't have chances, right? You look for chances, ways to create things on the board. And so I thought about it, and I went here first. And again, if you take this way, I can always take this way, and you would have to take this way, which has always been the problem because, yeah. Right? Again, it's chances. I'm not sure if the rook would have to go there. Maybe there would have to be some other move. But yeah, I just realized my opponent can defend because you come in here, he comes in here. You come in here, he comes in here. This is what I'm thinking about. But anyways, rook end games are draw. But I decided to go for this because it gives me chances. And fortunately, my opponent did not respond in the best way. And yeah, I was able to get all this. My opponent allowed all this to happen. Granted, he was very, like, I like what he did here. Maybe I could have stopped this. But check here. Again, you always worry about the fact that the rook can come in with check. And even if you attack the rook, you can always promote. But my opponent really tried something nice here. Because you can see the engine saying this. Like, I really caused problems for myself. Maybe there was something better I could have done here. Like, in this position. Maybe like a pawn push. Or something. Like, something here would have saved my position. But then I allowed my opponent. And I was checking. And then eventually I found this pawn push. Which saves me. If he captured en passant, the game still goes on. Right? It's not so clearly winning. I could go takes here. My opponent takes here. And I was thinking about going like check here. Wait, I don't know why it says that it was winning there. I don't get why. But yeah. So yeah, eventually I get this move and then everything is just a check. The rest I'll do with the game review. I don't want this. This is already a 30-minute video. Okay, let's quickly look at the game review. I really want to keep these videos below 30 minutes or at 40 minutes. But if I can't, that's fine. Okay. That review. Okay. Rook e7 is considered a blunder because I allow my opponent to win material by pinning a piece. So how does my opponent pin the piece? He plays bishop takes, but what's the best move here? Yeah, I saw this. And I thought pawn push. And what happens? Is it rook takes? Like, what makes this... What makes this good for my opponent? Because I saw all this. And I was thinking about, like, there maybe tactics of my opponent getting to the back rank. But I wasn't so sure exactly how that would happen. So that's what I'm interested in seeing. What does the engine think about concerning it? And my PC's internet is so slow, I cannot see the move here. Okay, so it's rook takes f6. Okay, so I was right. I was thinking about it right now. Rook takes f6 and after bishop takes, you take here. This is another thing I was thinking about. Okay. Yeah. I did not consider that. That's interesting. Since bishop takes here is wrong, I should have gone bishop takes f3 first. Interesting. I didn't think in that light. But eventually we got this winning position, which is fine. The opening was bad. My opponent's e5 was bad. Knight g5 was bad. Better would have been to take. Okay, we already looked at that and I spoke about why I didn't think it was good. Queen takes d is a mistake. It expected me to play e takes. I considered playing e takes. But my reason for going against e takes is because, again, I didn't want my opponent to have like very strong pieces on the board while I'm not castled. So I wasn't feeling comfortable of allowing this. Though it was very possible to allow. I just wasn't sure what to do. After some of these like positions, I wasn't so sure, right? So that's why I didn't do it. Again, objectively, I felt that was the best thing. I was just trying to avoid a position where I felt too much under pressure. And I think my opponent made the wrong decision of trading off. I think that's why my position is better. It prefers should have gone this way. In which case I was thinking about a funny move like this, but then it doesn't work, right? So here I just come back. I play pawn push, the bishop develops, and then I felt this was okay. Or even if my opponent played that move, I would just trade off again. Bishop takes, we just come back and we develop. And I thought this was safe, right? I still had the potential of castling. That's basically what I was looking at in this position. But then again, I guess I was wrong. I should have gone for the objectively best move. I just went for the move that made me feel comfortable. And that could also be the reason why I lose some of my games, because I'm not used to certain positions, I avoid them. In other words, I purposely choose the move that puts me in the most trouble because it seemingly looks safe than the best option, which puts me in a slight predicament. You know? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.